Skippy the what? Skippy the who? Skippy the bush kangaroo!
Skippy's the greatest friend that you'll ever know. Skippy's the one and only star of our show. Skippy will cheer you up when you feel down. With Skip as your friend, the fun never ends day after day.
Skippy the what?
Skippy the who? Skippy the bush kangaroo!
Skippy the bush kangaroo. Skippy, my friend, that's true. Skippy's the one to trust. With Skip as your friend, the fun never ends day after day.
Skippy's in heart, Skippy the who?
Skippy the bush kangaroo!
Skippy will save the day when things all look bad. Skippy and all his pals will make you so glad. Skippy will fight until the bad guys lose. With Skip as your friend, the fun never ends day after day.
Skippy the heart, Skippy the who?
Skippy the bush kangaroo!
Skippy the bush kangaroo. Skippy, my friend, that's true. Skippy's the one to trust. With Skip as your friend, the fun never ends day after day.
Every time you need a friend, there's only one true blue. Our favourite marsupial, Skip, the kangaroo.
Let's sing and shout and laugh about and come meet all the crew. There's Boss, Croco, Matilda, and Skip, the kangaroo. Skippy's the greatest friend that you'll ever know. Skippy's the one and only star of our show. Skippy will cheer you up when you feel down. With Skip as your friend, the fun never ends day after day.
Skippy the what?
Skippy the who?
Skippy the bush kangaroo.
G'day! Welcome to the annual Bushtown Nature Week, folks, and here to officially open Nature Week with some important news, Mayor Croco.
The Bushtown Agricultural Society has kindly donated a prize of $1,000 for the person who grows the biggest and best pumpkin in Bushtown.
$1,000?
Yeah, well, it's not coming out of my pocket, so put on your gloves and get gardening. I now declare Nature Week open.
Look, Croco, I think I've grown a winner.
Well, you do have green thumbs.
Mr. Croco, doesn't work.
That's because you didn't turn it on.
Turn it on.
Oh, all right.
Were you always as dumb as this, Sirloin?
No, Mrs. Croco. I've been practicing.
Professor!
Skippy! What do you think?
Oh, wow. You could have a winner here.
Oh, my pumpkin! Catch it!
What is that?
It's the professor's contribution to Nature Week.
Professor! You okay, Professor?
Oh, never better, my boy. Something for you for Nature Week. Don't drop it. It's extremely dangerous.
I noticed.
Now, imagine after a bushfire, everything blackened and burned, then just a few seeds. May I have it?
Here.
A splash of smart grow, and voila!
Strike. Now I've seen everything.
Forest regrowth would be accelerated enormously.
I reckon Matilda ought to have this news on a show. And I'd like to try that out in the bush.
Hey, be my guest. But remember, it's still experimental.
Professor, you're a genius.
Yes, I know.
That's
little prize winner.
Mrs. Crackle. And it still doesn't work.
It might work if you take your great foot off the hose.
Aha.
Darling, come and look at this.
Coming, dear. Doesn't it worry you, being so dumb?
No, because I'm so good looking. No one notices.
Good looking?
Look at what that crazy old professor's done now.
And, as you can see from this demonstration by Ranger Skippy, Professor Angus McPouch's Smart Grow. What a way to green our country. And now, let's see how things are going in the Nature Week pumpkin competition. Here's Mrs. Cooker with her entry. Cooker, that's fantastic. How do you do it?
Just a bit of tender, loving care, dear. It does wonders.
Hers is bigger than mine. She must have cheated.
You could try some tender loving care.
I'm no good at tender loving care.
Why don't you use some of the professor's pink stuff? It made the grass grow.
Why don't you mind your own? You are so clever. Go, get me some.
But
No!
yes, dear.
Can you imagine this little bottle will save the forest? 1 milliliter. Ready?
Gotcha.
5 centimeters. I'll try another drop. Huh? What's this?
It's money, Professor. Payment for the Smart Grow.
Not for sale. It's still experimental.
Look, Professor, if I had the time, I'd make it myself.
What a ridiculous thing to say. You don't have the chemistry. You don't have the mathematics.
But I do have the muscle.
But it's dangerous.
Boys, not as dangerous as Bruiser.
No!
Hey, boys, say cheese.
Jeez. Huh?
Great shot, eh? I reckon this would go over a storm on the Bushtown Tonight Show.
Give me that.
Bushtown Mayor in robbery scandal. What a ripper.
Get it.
No bottle, no photo.
The other way.
Catch me if you can.
Oh, but I nearly had it.
Nearly isn't good enough.
Now what's wrong with it?
Of course you blew it, barging in there like a big crocodile. To succeed in this world, you've got to be devious, sly, crafty, underhanded.
I suppose I'm just too honest.
Too honest? I've seen a brick wall smarter than him.
And I thought Bruiser was dim. Your lemonade, Mrs. Crackle.
Let's see now. I'll need this. And Bruiser, I have a job for you. Go to my wardrobe, bring me my blonde wig and cosmetic box.
Okay, Mrs. Crackle.
Now, watch a professional at work.
La 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 la. Come in. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, yes, dear. Is this Professor Angus McPouch's famous scientific laboratory? Oh, dear, you're not one of his experiments gone wrong, are you? Oh, no! What on earth else would make you be saying such a thing? Oh, nothing. I personally think blonde hair and tusks is a good look, darling. I am Amanda Pertwee from Bushtown Technical College, and I am on horticulture work experience. Oh, that's nice, dear. You just potter about in here. Tidy up a bit while I do some watering, won't you? Oh, good-o. There it is! Like taking candy from a baby.
Why am I talking like this? There is no one here.
Don't forget that Smart Crow is still at the experimental stage.
Well, I think it's the greatest invention since cow manure.
I'm not so sure. It doesn't last very long. And we don't know what it's really doing to the plants. Let's try again.
Hey, nothing happens.
Unpredictable, that's all.
Nothing.
Let's get adventurous.
Oh well, win some, lose some. Good try, Professor. What's your next project?
I'm working on something that's going to benefit all mankind.
Wow. What is it?
A switch that automatically turns off your radio when they start playing rap music.
Beauty. Put me down for 2.
Nothing can stop me winning that pumpkin competition now that I have Smart Grow. Oh, good girl. Back to nature. I simply adore gardening, but it's so exhausting. Definitely time for morning tea.
Mrs. Cracko's lemonade. Oops.
Back to work.
There, don't take it so hard.
Oh, it's awful. How can I win now? Mrs. Cocker's got my pouch there to mix her up as much Smart Grow as she wants. And I've got no one to help me.
Maybe I can make you some Smart Grow.
Don't be stupid. The only thing you can make me is miserable.
Oh. And snap. I win. But you can't do that.
We're playing poker. Sirloin, you are absolutely, positively the worst player in Oz.
Not anymore.
Sirloin, you haven't won a game in 13 years. You still don't even know the rules.
I could be a late developer.
You okay?
I believe so.
In fact, I've never felt better.
You should see a doctor.
Oh, indubitably, sir. I shall visit a doctor in the morning. The diagnosis and prognosis of a qualified medical practitioner are the cornerstones of continued physical and psychological well-being.
What did he say?
Who can ever tell?
Now, what were we playing? Oh, yes. Poker. Put your money in, chaps. I believe it's my deal. Bruiser, old boy, don't stare. Makes you look like a complete idiot. Damon, put your tongue away and stop dribbling. There's a good boy. It's extremely unbecoming.
it appears I have won.
But how?
I memorized the cards as I dealt them. You have 2 jacks, and you have 3 of a kind. I have a royal flush.
What?
And now for something a tad more intellectually stimulating. Anyone for 3-dimensional chess?
Calling Dr. Cronkite. Calling Dr. Cronkite. Please contact hospital administration.
Gray's Anatomy. Splendid light reading, don't you think? Oh, yes. Good heavens, man. Your brain is enormous. A benign enlargement of the 4th ventricle, the thalamus, medial frontal gyrus, and the ornithorhynchus paradoxus. Well, I'll live, thank you. Do you experience discomfort when you shake hands?
Well, occasionally, but
You have a slight inflammation of the piezo-metacarpal ligament. I'd see a doctor if I were you.
Mrs. Crocker, 1 entry in the biggest and best pumpkin competition. Ah, looks big enough to win.
It is big enough to win.
Okay. Remember, judging's 12 noon tomorrow at the showground. Good luck.
I won't need any luck. Not with this monster. Oh! It shrunk. It's getting smaller. You! This is your fault for not watering enough, and now there's no more Smart Grow left.
I'll make some for you.
you wouldn't know enough about chemistry to make fly spray.
Yes, that's pyrethrins and piperonal butoxide in a water-based aromatic hydrocarbon propellant.
But you don't have the mathematics.
Try me.
What's 58,269,443 divided by 3,571?
16,317,402?
You could make Smart Grow?
Behave yourself, show a bit of respect, and I'll whip you up a batch.
Here's to Nature Week, Skippy.
Nature Week's going pretty well then, Matilda.
Yes, and I'm not surprised. Gardening's a lot of fun, and the pumpkin competition has really taken off.
That's good.
Yes, but Suka's too confident about winning. She's up to something.
Faster, faster. Were you always as dumb as this?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Sorry, sir.
Are you doing, you oaf? I've seen a brick smarter than you.
Sorry, sir.
Well, don't just stand there. Come on, you clowns. Stir. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. Shakespeare. Macbeth, Act 4, Scene 1. You wouldn't know about that. You're too stupid. Perfecto. Bruiser, the barrow.
Coming, Mr. Sirloin.
A good lad. Now take the Smart Grow out to the garden.
Yes, Mr. Sirloin.
Where do you think you're taking that?
The gun!
And it didn't occur to you to use the wheelbarrow?
Oh, stand back. Say, dashed uncomfortably.
It's okay, I'm back to normal.
Well, what do we do now?
You're asking me? That's a good one. Hey, what's happening? I like him better this way.
Yeah, don't like it. Hey, get off me. Yeah, you big pumpkin bully, you. Oh, get off.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The Pumpkin Competition! Mayor Crocco, the prize money, please.
$1,000 straight from the Nature Week Fund. Ah, my good wife. Let the judging begin for the biggest and best pumpkin.
Holy dooly! It is the biggest. But is it the best? The first prize goes to Mrs. Cooker.